Welcome to this live mini training about body image healing and how it fits in with intuitive eating, even when you don't like your weight. Because that's the part that people have a hard time getting on board with is how do I work on my body image and accept my body and feel comfortable with my body if I still desperately want to lose weight and can't stand the way that my body looks or the way that I feel in my body. So we're going to break that down today. Now, this is going to be a mini training. I'll be on here for about 10 to 15 minutes. It's going to be short, sweet, to the point. But I also want you to know about a full 90-minute training that I have coming up next week. It is called the Intuitive Eating Made Easy Masterclass. And it is going to be jam-packed with tools and guidance to help you take the intuitive eating concepts and implement them with ease and efficiency so that you can stop struggling and wasting time trying to figure this out. I'm going to help you streamline and accelerate your progress. It's totally free. You can go save your spot at nondietacademy.com/masterclass. There are 3 live time slots to choose from, so hopefully you can make one live. And if not, I will, of course, send you the replay. Okay, let's dive into today's topic about body image. It's so interconnected with our eating because we've been trained to think about our eating mostly in terms of what it's going to do to our weight. And I know that you know what I'm talking about here. It's that voice in your head that tells you that you're being good and doing something good if you're eating something that you think is going to help you lose weight. And it's that same voice that tells you that you're being bad and unhealthy and that you're doing something wrong if you feel like the food you're eating is going to cause you to gain weight. And so we think about our body image and our eating as 2 very related things. And here's what I know to be true. You aren't going to find the peace and the freedom that you're looking for with food if you don't also do the body image work. And one of the most common things that I hear from my clients and the people in my programs is that they want to eat intuitively and they want to have peace and freedom with food and stop being on all these crazy diets and healthy eating plans and macros and calories and all this stuff that takes up so much of their time and energy. But they're not sure how they can really let go of all of that and listen to their body and trust their body when they still want to lose weight. And if you've been trying intuitive eating or if you're curious about it, you've probably found yourself wondering if it's going to make you lose weight, or you've probably worried that it's going to cause you to gain weight. Perhaps that's even what's happened to you. Maybe you started the intuitive eating journey and you have gained some weight, and that part can be really, really hard. So how do we do the body image work? Like, what does that even look like? Body image is a key concept that I teach inside Non-Diet Academy, which is my signature program. It's so important. I devoted an entire module to it. And I want to teach you today a concept that I share inside that module because this is so important. This concept is really essential for you to understand, and it is different than body positivity. So you've probably heard of body positivity as it relates to body image, and it's kind of the pop culture term for like, oh, just love your body, embrace your body. I would argue that that's actually not super helpful. I get that the spirit of that is well intended, and if you feel positively about your body, like great, more power to you. I don't want to stop you from feeling that way. But for a lot of people, that's not only an unrealistic goal, it can also be an unhelpful goal because body positivity is just the other side of the coin of body negativity. And regardless of which side of the coin we're on today, it's still putting a lot of emphasis and energy onto how we feel about our body and a judgment towards our body. And the judgment can be positive or negative. So instead, what I work with clients to aim for and what I teach is body neutrality. With body neutrality, we work on noticing and tolerating our bodies as they are without judgment. Easier said than done, right? But if we can start with just noticing and tolerating and existing within your body and trying not to get all hung up on the negative judgments, it's going to start to shift to a more neutral place where you don't have to like or love anything or everything about your body. You can start to just accept it, like this is the body that you have in the here and now. And you can still choose to treat your body with kindness and respect, even on the days that you don't like it. Because what we tend to do when we're feeling negatively about our body is we treat it like crap. We talk to ourselves like something terrible, things we would never say to another human being. We walk around saying to ourselves all day, every day. We pick ourselves apart in the mirror and in the photos. We say self-deprecating things about our bodies. We punish ourselves by not letting ourselves eat things that we want. We say like, well, I don't deserve to eat that today, or I need to go work out. Or we'll maybe kind of throw in the towel and be like, well, screw it. I already hate myself, so I'm just going to eat all the things. None of this is productive or helpful. So the body bashing is not a useful place to help you change your behaviors or to do something positive for your body. And that's where the neutrality actually opens up the space to allow us to change the way we think about, the way we talk to, the way we relate to our bodies, the way we feel about our bodies, and our actual behaviors that are impacting our bodies. So it's a little bit counterintuitive. And of course, it's terrifying to let go of judgment because most of us believe that we need the judgment in order to kind of whip ourselves into shape. And it just doesn't work that way. The research is really clear on this, that shame is not an effective motivator for behavior change. And we carry around so much shame about our bodies. So let me give you an example here of body neutrality and body acceptance in action. I'm going to use an analogy that's not about our bodies because I think this might help you kind of wrap your mind around it a little bit. So I used to have this dog named Zoe. R.I.P. Zoe, she's no longer with us, but she drove me nuts. I loved her to death, but she drove me nuts. She had so many of these quirks, like on random days, she would suddenly be afraid to go down the stairs that we needed to go down to get her to go outside. Or some days she would get down the stairs, but then she would decide she didn't want to go outside. And so I'm like, well, you have to go outside because you're a dog. You need to go outside and use the bathroom. Or she would do things like wake us up in the middle of the night, or, every time somebody walks by, she barks incessantly, like dog things, right? Annoying things. Some of them were kind of quirky, yet endearing. And I didn't necessarily like all of these things. I didn't like getting woke up in the middle of the night. I didn't like trying to drag her down the stairs and fighting with her to get outside when I needed to leave because I was going to be late for work. I didn't like any of that. But I still loved her, and I accepted that she's a dog. She's a dog with a unique personality and changes, and that even on the days that she did things that really rubbed me the wrong way, I could still treat her with kindness and respect and accept that this is how she is. So if we can channel that type of energy towards our bodies, it can help us to start to work more in harmony with our bodies instead of against them. If you can think, I might not like my thighs today. I might not like the way that my arms look in this shirt or the way that my belly rolls look when I'm sitting down, but I can still be kind to myself. I can still feed and nourish myself today. I can talk to myself without all of the negative and nasty language. That's going to start to shift how you actually behave. It's going to shift how you relate to food when you're not bashing your body all day, when you're just saying like, this is the body that I have today, and I'm going to choose to take care of it the best that I can today without all the rigid and extreme diety behaviors that we're told to do. Like you don't need to drink a gallon of water or fast or cut out carbs or any of that. All of that's just going to backfire and leave you going overboard with food at some point later in the day. And these are concepts around like the food part of it that I'm going to go much more in depth into inside the masterclass. So I'll leave that for next week. But for right now, I want you to understand that this body image work is integral for you to be able to also implement the intuitive eating framework and for that to be effective for you. Because if you're trying to do intuitive eating, but you aren't doing the work to heal your body image, you're going to have trouble with it. You're going to have trouble truly making peace with food because in the back of your mind, you still hate your body. Your goal is still to lose weight, and you're going to still be doing things that we would consider part of the diet mentality that are then backfiring the same way that diets in general do. Diets in general backfire 95% of the time and cause opposite of desired effect. In fact, most diets cause weight gain in the long run, not weight loss. So we come back to this idea of, can you practice tolerating, this is the body that you have today? Can you practice trying to be neutral about it and noticing when the judgments pop up, noticing I'm having the thought that I don't like my body today. That thought doesn't have to impact the way that I treat my body today. And to ask yourself, what would you say to a friend? You wouldn't say all of the things to a friend that you say to yourself about your body. And I know this is corny as all get out, but it actually is very effective. If you can say, I'm going to start talking to myself like I would a friend. It's very much like a fake it till you make it thing. And it might feel like when you're learning a new language, it doesn't feel like it makes sense. It doesn't feel fluent. It feels really clunky at first, but you have to practice it in order to get fluent. That's basically what we're doing here. We are learning a new neutral language towards talking to yourself about your body. And I promise you, this is going to help you in your relationship with food. And it's a process. The body image healing part of this process takes much longer than people want it to. And I'm never going to sugarcoat things because that's not helpful. Body image work is hard and it takes a long time, because think about how long you've probably been struggling with your body. For most people, that's how their relationship with food got jacked up in the first place, is because they hated their body and wanted to change something about it. And so in my experience, most people can kind of get the hang of the intuitive eating skills, but the body image stuff still troubles them for a long time. And so we have to keep doing that work. We have to keep peeling back the layers. We have to keep wiring these new pathways in your brain around body neutrality and body acceptance. And that is something that I love, love, love to help people with. So if you want to continue this dialogue, definitely shoot me a DM and we can keep chatting about it. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. And then I would also love for you to attend the masterclass next week, because I'll be weaving this in to the discussion about how to make intuitive eating easier. So again, the masterclass is the Intuitive Eating Made Easy Masterclass. Totally free. You can grab your spot at nondietacademy.com/masterclass. And if you can't make it live, there are 3 options for you to come live. But if you can't make it live, I will send you the replay if you are registered. I hope to see you there. I hope you have a wonderful day. Happy Valentine's Day, by the way. And let me know if you have any questions. Let me know your biggest takeaways from this. And I so appreciate you being here.